If you're an online business owner trying to use email marketing to generate more leads and sales, stop listening to unhelpful advice from gurus, especially if they don't know a thing about your business. Here's the problem that I see many online business owners make when it comes to email marketing. They follow what other people are doing without first considering whether they have the same business that they have and if they're actually doing things in a way that is easy and fun for them. And what I mean by that is every time you see somebody else doing a strategy or a tactic, the very first question that you yourself want to ask is, does this align with how I want to run my business? Is this easy and fun for me? And do I even want to do it? Because at the end of the day, if you aren't behind the strategies and tactics that you're doing in your business, particularly when it comes to email marketing, then they're just not going to land. Now, there is a layer of experimentation, right? Sometimes we need to experiment to figure out what we actually like and what actually does with our audience. But I always want you to think about, is this actually going to benefit me? Do I actually want to do the things? And what I mean by that is, if someone is saying the way to get new people into your email list and to start making sales is to post 30 reels a day, is that something that you are actually going to do, right? Just because somebody has success with this doesn't mean that that's the thing that you actually need to do. So I always want you to just kind of do a gut check. Am I doing strategies and tactics that are actually aligned for me? Now, once you get all of that out of the way, then we need to make sure that you're not making this number one critical mistake when it comes to your email marketing. And that is not selling to new subscribers. Now, this is definitely something that I hear a lot of online gurus saying that you should never do. You should never sell to new subscribers once they join your world. But I disagree with that. And here's why. The people who have just joined your world have done so for a reason, right? They typically are joining your email list through a freebie. And that freebie is something that is actually going to help them or inspire them or is the thing that they actually want right now. So they're not sitting there thinking, cool, all I'm going to get access to now is free stuff. Most people are expecting you to sell them something. And if you aren't doing that within the first 30 days of them joining your world, then why are they sticking around? Now, yes, not everybody is going to buy immediately, but it's important that they know that you have something to sell so that when they are ready, they can buy. And that's the key is we are not here to convince people, right? We're not here to convince anyone, but we are here to present the opportunity for people to buy from us every single day. Every single piece of content that is out in the world should always be selling for us. And in your email, as we've talked about previously, that looks like nurturing and selling. Every single email should look like that. But how do you do that in your welcome email sequence? That's what we're going to talk about right now. I am going to show you what it actually looks like to sell in your email. And it's easier than you think. So this is what your welcome sequence flow should look like. Now, you don't have to have every single email in here except for email number one, absolutely needs to be here. But this is my current welcome sequence flow. It is 3 emails. Now, previously I've had up to 5 emails. You can spread these out, but I personally love to just send these out one day after the other. But you get to do this cadence and whatever makes sense for you. But email number one is going to be the official welcome, right? Welcome to my world. This is who I am. This is what I stand for. And this is how I can help. This email should have no links to click in it other than the unsubscribe link. So you definitely want to encourage people to unsubscribe with this email, right? This is my are we going to gel email? And if people don't gel with what you're saying, this is the best time for them to unsubscribe because then you don't take up space in their inbox and you ensure that your emails get accessed by people who actually want them. And this increases deliverability over time. So, really important to encourage people to unsubscribe from inside this email. Then the second email is all about presenting the opportunity for people to buy from you. Now, this is where you're also going to provide them with something they can take action on if you are in kind of the business to business space, but also if you're in the business to consumer space. It just depends on what that is. Now, if you're more of a product shop owner and you're doing more things like templates, images, that type of thing, then maybe you're doing something to inspire them. But whatever it is, this email is all about taking action, doing something with it, and selling. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in a second. And then the third email, which is 100% optional and entirely up to you, depending on your business, is an email where you might choose to segment your audience or at least tag them in a way that allows you to segment them in the future. And this is where you could have a survey or something along those lines. I typically just ask one question and then people either click or they don't. And based on the action that they take, it then segments them. So this will make a lot more sense when we see this in action, but I really just wanted to make sure that you understood the actual flow. Now, to be clear, the welcome sequence in my world does not activate until 3 days after someone has joined my world. And the reason for that is because typically people are coming in through a collaboration. And depending on the collaboration, they might still be getting access to whatever that collaboration is. So, entirely up to you, right? Always put yourself in your reader's shoes. What makes the best sense for them? Okay, so this is my current welcome sequence. And you can see here 3 emails, and these are the subject lines. Are we going to gel? Surprise. Here's a little something, and then do this next. And each of these emails is designed to lead my people through a very short welcome experience. So this first email, are we going to gel? Now I've chosen to do a video. You do not have to do a video, and I'll show you the version without a video in a second. But I've chosen to do a video because the feedback that I have received previously is that people really connect with me on video. So I'm going to use a video, but people can absolutely not go and watch that video and just kind of get the high level gist of what I've discussed by what I've put under here. So I just say basically, it's a 3-minute video, give it a quick watch. And there are some resources that I point them to in the video. So I've linked them here, and then I've just said binge watch all the videos on how you can grow your business without social media. And I'm sending them to my YouTube channel, which you're watching right now. And then if they're in human design interest at all, then I'm pointing them to my Human Design for Business YouTube channel as well. And then frequently ask questions on what your best next step is. Now, this is where I'm actually pointing them to a page that has all of the different offers that I offer and how they might make a decision around purchasing. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to purchase right now, but it does start to seed the fact that I have things to buy. Now, when they also land on either of those YouTube channels, every single YouTube video that I record links to an offer, right? So you're just always wanting to present the opportunity for people to buy from you every single day and in every asset that you have. The second email is another video, but this is the action step one, right? This is going to help them get unstuck, answer the question, I don't know what to focus on right now. And then all I've done is clicked, put a hyperlink in here. Now I've also put in that soft sell pairs that we spoke about recently. And this is just pointing them to the 1K lab. Now, a lot of my audience are in this space, so I'm going to start there. But if they went and checked out the, what is your best next step, they will know that I actually have other offers that are for people who are much further along in their business. But I'm going to speak to people where they're at. And if it's not a good fit, then this next email makes sense because here I'm asking them to put themselves into 2 kind of categories. And if they do click this link here, then it's going to add them into a sequence that then starts to sell them into my 90-day group program. So that's kind of how this flow goes. So soft selling, presenting the opportunity for people to buy from you is exactly what you want to do in your email. Now, I wanted to show you the email that you could potentially do if you don't want to do a video. So I alternate, I test both of these welcome sequences. They're essentially the same, it's just the first email that is different. And this is the longer version, right? This is the written version. And this is the one that I've used for a very long time, and it converts very well. You can see here that it's got GIFs in it because I'm kind of a GIF gal. It's also got emojis, all of those things. And then there's just a couple of little different things that I'm testing, right? I let them know, hey, you're going to get added to a really fun sequence where I sell every single week. And if you don't have something like that set up, definitely consider doing this. And it's called my Friday Flashies. And it's an evergreen email sequence. So it just always goes out every single Friday. And that's because I have a really large office suite. But you could replicate that for yourself if you had, not as many offers. And we'll talk about that in another video coming up soon. But basically, you're going to have a welcome email that either looks like this or looks like this. It's entirely up to you. And if you don't want to do a video, you could absolutely do audio. It's whatever makes sense for you. And if you want to learn more about how to make daily sales with your emails, the video coming up on your screen right now is going to show you exactly how I have created daily sales inside my email with my ever selling email sequences. So I'm going to walk you through all of that in the next video. So go ahead and click on that and I will see you there.